Welcome to another edition of Colonel's Corner. Today, we bring in Wilkes University wrestling head coach Jon Laudenslager and the three national qualifiers to preview the NCAA tournament coming up on Friday and Saturday. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations to you and your team on the successes this season.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's been a great year, and I'm excited to get out there.
Now, can you just talk about the three qualifiers a little bit and how proud you are of the seasons they put together? Cameron Butka, Jaryn Hartranft, and Caleb Burkhart for achieving the national qualifications that they did during the Southeast Regional.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's a tough road there. You know, I think we can start with Cam. I mean, he's been twice now fourth, so just missing a spot each year to get to the national tournament. You know, he's busted his tail all year to make the tournament. You know, and I think it's showed. He's had one Division III loss, and a kid he's split with. You know, so he should get a good seed. I think he's going to be probably sixth, seventh seed in there, which is always a bonus if you can get, you know, a seed in the tournament. And he's beaten 5 guys that are there, I believe. So we've wrestled a great schedule to challenge ourselves with some of these out of region kids, which I think you need to do. So I'm looking for Cam finally making there. You know, our other two, Jaryn, you know, he's had a great year, you know, placing 5th last year, moving up a weight class, you know, challenging himself even in season what was the right weight class, and I think we found it for him, you know. So he's you know, second in the region. He's beaten some kids that have been there as well. I don't think he'll be seeded, but he's going to be dangerous. He's a sophomore. You know, you got a bunch more to look ahead, but you got to take care of it this year, you know. So. And then you got Caleb, you know, he is a wild card in that division, you know, because he's a pinner. I think, you know, last year he set the pin record. And we're going to wrestle some guys that have never seen him, you know, so that's a bonus to us. You know, the guys who have seen him are familiar with him, and, you know, they know some positions he's very good in and very dangerous in. So just excited for all 3 of them.
And now what goes into the whole team aspect of being able to get these 3 wrestlers ready for a tournament of this magnitude here coming off of spring break? I know I've seen some posts about getting guys back in to help these guys prepare. So really, how does the whole team really take pride in this moment for these 3 wrestlers?
Yeah, I mean, it was challenging last week, right? Spring break, so we had those 3 guys. We had a few other guys that were around still, but we didn't have our normal routine, you know, as far as having 30 guys in the room. So it was nice Sunday when these guys got back, and now we got, you know, 15, 20 guys sometimes in there again, making it more normal. You know, I think that's, you know, we don't want to change anything. They've had a great year with our routines, our practice schedule. You know, we tweaked a little bit things, especially going into the region. We had, you know, a couple of those guys were a little bit banged up, weren't even close to 100%. And those 2 weeks between the region and the national tournament now are going to benefit, you know, those guys that were a little tweaked going into the region. So.
And the 3 national qualifiers, the most for the program since 2015 when you brought 4 wrestlers to the national tournament. So how proud are you of this edition of the Colonels to land 3 in this national tournament? Really just a really good step that the program hasn't seen in many years.
Yeah, it's challenging. When you go into the regional and you just want to take a breath when you get 1 through. You know, and then, you know, we got Jaryn and through the semis, and Cam punched his ticket, you know, and then Caleb came back and got the 3rd. So it's challenging. I mean, you're never guaranteed to get anybody through. You know, the regions are deep, 22, 23 guys, 3 guys go. You can't have an off weekend, you know, and we just had 3 guys that really worked hard for it and didn't have an off weekend, you know. So excited. I mean, when you can bring more than 1 or you got multiple guys going that you've trained with, you got companionship out there with guys that, you know, because coaches are going to be busy sometimes, you know, and you have somebody else to rely on. You got those nerves all together, but you just got to bundle that up with excitement, you know. And I think our guys are going to be ready.
And just touched on a little bit, just what's the kind of final message to Cam, Jaryn, and Caleb for what to expect at the NCAA championships?
Just another tournament. I mean, just go do what you've done all year long. You know, you've been successful. I think each of them probably have 30 wins. There's nothing different. You know, they've been in big arenas. They've all from Pennsylvania. They've been in the Pennsylvania State Tournament. You know, so it's no different. You know, our training, the intensity is going to be just as high as it has all year. If you want to be a great wrestler, you better bring that intensity for 7 minutes, and you know, expect to have to fight for a hard-fought win in the 3rd period.
Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck out in Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Now we bring in Wilkes University Wrestling Junior Cameron Butka to discuss the national championships. Cameron, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Cam, it's been a great season. You're 36-2, only one loss to a Division III wrestler, and that's against somebody that you also have beaten this year. You're ranked high in all the national polls. You reached your first goal of winning the regional title. So just talk about how great this season has been and all the hard work you put in and to get you to this point and how proud you are of yourself. Just talk a little bit about that. You've won 5 total tournaments this year, including the big one in the regionals.
Yeah, honestly, looking back at my season as a whole, this is everything that I could have possibly wanted out of a season. The only thing I probably would have changed is win the one tournament that I didn't. Would have liked to win the Wilkes Open. That would have been pretty cool. But there were some tough kids there. Division I kids are a different breed. They're crazy. But, yeah, other than that, I really wouldn't change anything. I've been working hard all year. I've been, honestly, not even going into matches looking to win. I've just been looking to get better. And I feel like going into wrestling with that mindset rather than not focusing on losing has just been helping me a lot this year. And I just look for every opportunity to get a little bit better every time I step on the mat. And just having that mindset, like I said, is just honestly a game changer for me.
Now taking that same mindset into the NCAA championships in La Crosse, Wisconsin on Friday and Saturday will, I think, benefit you. Just take that mindset. So what are the goals you're looking to get out of this first national tournament for yourself?
Obviously, I got to do what everybody wants to do. You want to be an All-American. I want to win the whole thing. I feel like everybody there is going to be giving it their all, and everybody wants to do the best that they can. I could win this thing. I mean, everyone there's vulnerable. No one's spectacular. I mean, we're all qualified for the national tournament. Everyone there is in the same boat. I feel like if I have a good 2 days, I could win this whole thing. And honestly, that's my number one goal. All-American second. I want to win it first.
Well, Cam, best of luck on a great 2 days coming up out in Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Now we bring in Wilkes University wrestling sophomore Jaryn Hartranft to talk about the NCAA championships and your qualification. Jaryn, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on taking runner-up at the Southeast Regional. I know really was a main goal of yours was to be able to make it to this national tournament. You put together a terrific season, over 30 wins to your record. Couple tournament titles, and the runner-up, of course, when it mattered most at the regional. So just talk about how proud you are of yourself for the year you were able to have.
I'm very proud of myself. I put in a lot of hard work, just like everybody else in the team. There's a couple guys on the team that probably could have snuck in and also made the national tournament, but we got 3 guys, so that's good, and just keep it rolling.
And Jaryn, what are your goals for making your first appearance in the NCAA championships on the biggest stage there is for Division III wrestling?
Well, obviously the main goal is to win the whole thing. I mean, that's pretty much everybody's main goal. But the least I'm going to take is All-American. I want to place top 8 at this tournament.
Thanks, Jaryn, and best of luck out there on Friday and Saturday in Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Now we bring in Wilkes University wrestling junior Caleb Burkhart to congratulate him on earning his national qualification with a 3rd place finish at the Southeast Regional. Caleb, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now we want to preview the national tournament, but first I just want to ask you about how your season went overall. You were 31-9 overall, 21 total pins as you close in on that number you set last year as the program record with 24. You won 1 tournament title and then really performed in the clutch when it mattered to earn this national qualification with a 3rd place finish. So how proud are you of your season so far?
I'm very proud, but the work is, it's just not over yet. Still one big tournament, Friday, Saturday, got to put it together, cash in, go all in,
And what are those goals for that one big last tournament, the NCAA championships? It's your first time earning qualification to the biggest event of the season for D3.
I would really love to make the podium. I really think I've been working a lot harder than these other guys. I've been constantly improving throughout the season. There's a couple guys in that region that beat me previously in the year that I finished higher than. So I think that really shows, you know, the progress and work I've put in over the season.
Well, you and the whole team have been putting in the work all year. You, Cam, Jaryn, best of luck to all three of you out in Wisconsin. The Wilkes University wrestling team looks to come home with some All-American statuses, maybe national champion this weekend on Friday and Saturday at the La Crosse Center in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Best of
Thank
luck.
you.